What is up, Esports Racing Network? I am your host, LRS, here with the Wheel to Wheel F1 series. I am joined up always in the booth by my buddy SP. He is in the race tonight as well. We are here for round number 6 here at Spa. This track always puts on a very entertaining race for us here in Wheel to Wheel. The track, 4.3 miles. Nick, longest track on the schedule. What are you expecting tonight?
Yeah, hi Luke. Well, before I head out for another practice or quality lap, I do want to point out tonight, looks like we got some rain in the forecast for the race. As I look at it, it says it's gonna start out sunny, which would be good. I see a rain cloud plus sun, so I don't know when the rain's gonna come. We're supposed to have some sort of rain soon. I don't know when, but yeah, I think if that DRS goes away, it's going to be very hard. This track's super hard for those drivers that do not know how to control their car. So we'll see a lot of slipping and sliding. Might affect the newer guys like Edge. So yeah, we got to keep an eye on that. Also want to point out that we only have a couple more races until the end of F1 2024. Thank God, and we're going to F1 25. So that'll be fun. Luke, a lot of memories on this game. Anything you're going to remember?
Yeah, we've had obviously a lot of great races here on this game, but also just, the way that this car doesn't handle really well at all, it causes a lot of issues between people who are usually pretty fast and don't make mistakes, and it allows a lot of things to open up. With the race manipulation earlier this season, it kind of took clean out of it, and now we have a bunch of guys we've never seen up at the front battling for this championship with only 4 races going, counting this one. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, so we actually have 5 left if you count this one. And yeah, there are still 4 people, and again, this is for the 6th race this season. There are 4 people who can leave tonight as the championship leader. That's how close the points are.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be very fun. We come to a track like Spa, biggest track we're going to see on the circuit this season. Any tips or tricks or anything that we have as far as trends go? It seems like we have a lot of rain races here.
Yeah, we do have a lot of rain races here at Spa. We also have a lot of safety cars, especially in the early laps because the track is so long, as well as I think we've had a red flag here once. We've also had to restart a session here once because we had a crash so horrible in Eau Rouge that, yeah, we, we had to restart the lobby.
Yep.
So I think there's going to be some problems, obviously, tonight with how this car handles, especially if it rains, like you said. But in this game, up into Eau Rouge and all those corners, they're all reprofiled and redone. As you're coming down the front stretch here, coming to start your lap, we'll get a good look at it. But all the walls in Eau Rouge and up at Radion, they're all pushed wide now, Nick.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, you see here, there's a runoff area, there's gravel and grass. Never used to be like that on the left. It used to be right up against the track. And then up here into Eau Rouge, everything is pushed wide. The wall is not near the track on both sides, on the left and the right. There's a lot of wiggle room. So we shouldn't see a massive pile up there. Again, I mean, we could, but we shouldn't. Down the Kemmel Straight. I think it'll work out well down through here for everybody tonight. You see Nick get a little loose on the curb, but he set a purple first sector. We can do in this hairpin corner, which is where in the F2 series we saw Jack Farnhart, William get together. I don't know if you remember that, Nick.
Yeah, they all clobbered into each other.
To the middle part of the second sector for Nick. This is pretty much flat out in these cars. You don't really have to lift through there. But into this little S, you do have to lift. You got to go down a couple of gears here. The right, left, and then it goes into another hard right-handed corner to start the third sector. And it's pretty much just a snaking straightaway after this, where you're going to be full on the power. Purple middle sector for Nick says he's up 0.6 of a second. That would put him at a 45 flat, which would put him up and into 8th in between the 2 Aston Martins. So let's see what happens with that for Nick. We have 5 minutes left, so people are going to get out there. Avi The winner of the past 2 races does a 1:42.2, jumps ahead of Kyle North by 7/10 of a second. He is on the provisional pole. Here comes Nick to cross the line, and like I said, he splits the Aston Martins, goes 1:44.7. So how's that lap, Nick?
Oh, good. I think I could go a little faster, honestly. I messed up in Sector 2, that little S turn, right where that McLaren is at right now. I believe that's, I don't know who that is, but right where that McLaren's at is where I messed up at.
That McLaren is Kyle North. Insanity. Purple middle sector, and there he goes. Oh my goodness, how did he not hit the wall? Got up on the curb right as he set a purple middle sector. Somehow did not damage the car. Might have floor damage. Looks like Nick might have did the same thing.
Yeah, I got in the rumble strip and dirt a little bit.
So we have the Mercedes of Avi, P1, Kyle, P2, and his McLaren, also powered by Mercedes. Third place in the Williams, Ryan Carlson, powered by Mercedes. Fourth place, Andre, who's been running really well recently. He's finished, first, third, fourth the past couple of races, and now he sits fourth in the qualifying. Hunter, fifth. Darren Angler, sixth. Adrian Lewis, seventh. Shouts down here in eighth. You have Ben Needis in ninth. Nick is 10th. So Nick, we still have yet to see drivers like Kiwi, like Jack set laps yet. They usually do this. They wait till the last second. I am expecting a lot of speed out of Kiwi. I don't really know what to see out of the reigning 2-time champion Jack.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Jack and Freddie, they're sitting and waiting for so long. It's we go to a lot of tracks and they do it is fine. I think this is the one track I don't know if you want to risk it and do it. It is just such a long track, and you have to put all the laps together all at once. And if you just make one little mistake on this huge track that's almost 2 minutes long, that could be the end of your lap. So I don't know if they should wait the whole time to do this. It'll, yeah, I mean, it's, I thought my audio was included, but it is. But yeah, I don't know if it's the smartest thing to do here at Spa, especially. I think they're better off going right now. If they invalidate early, then they can save up that ERS and then go ahead and punch it and then go on 2 lap softs instead of not having a lap at all. But that's just me, Luke.
Yeah, I agree with you. I hate when Jack, because Jack is the one who does it all the time. He goes out last second. He only sets that 1 lap. If he, gets invalidated or messes up, he's not going to be able to do it again. He's out on track right now on his out lap. Freddie, like you said, Freddie Martinez, Kiwi, he's still in the pits. He is not out there on track, but it looks like everyone's starting to come out now. Here comes Kyle North. Looks like Avi is going to come out here. Yes, here he comes. Ryan Carlson's going to start his way out, and now everybody going to come out on the track.
I do want to point out, my Sector 3 was really fast. It was like a top 5 Sector 3 almost.
Nice. Ooh, looks like a little stack there. Downey Lane off in the grass, lagging a little bit. I think he's just letting people go through, but the lag for him is horrendous.
Well, as long as I don't have to start next to him.
Yeah. Back behind Jack is the other Aston Martin of Ben Needis. He's trying to work with him, trying to get a run. Mason is retired out of the pit lane.
Oh, we got some contact in the back. The Red Bull of Chow and the Alpine of Freddie Martinez there. Contact in that little hairpin turn when Chow was on his lap. Freddie just came down and blocked him a little bit. They might look at that as impeding.
Yeah, like you said, that could be looked at as impeding after the race. Nothing they can really do now about it, and that's going to hurt Freddie specifically in his quest to get to the front. He was battling Avi for the win last week at Canada. That great finish, Nick. He got that 3-second penalty. He tried to protest it. It did not get taken off.
Yeah, very shocking there. I know a lot of the viewers that watch this was wondering if it would, but now it wouldn't. Oh, we got a crash. HD hard into the wall. I don't know what sector he's in, but he is around. Looks like he's in Sector 2.
Yeah, the middle of the second sector. Anyway, we have 15 seconds left. Every single car except for Brandon Edgington and Nick are out on track. Nick, you didn't want to run another set of tires, so you'll get to watch the end of qualifying here as everyone gets to the line.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste the extra set. Well, yeah, here we go, Luke. 1 second left. Qualifying's officially over. Got 3 minutes now to cross the line. Here we go.
Ryan Carlson is done. He is starting at best third. Shout is starting at best sixth. Nick is starting at best 10th. Edge, best 13th. Looks like Kyle North is going to have a run down the straight right here behind Freddie Martinez, so that'll work out well for him, and we get to see what kind of pace Freddie has. Let's look on board with Jack Farnhart, though. He is going to be the first driver to cross the line. He has a purple first sector, not a good middle sector. See what he can do. The Haas is pegged out right now in 8th gear. He's not getting a lot of RPM out of it, it sounds like, as he comes into the final hairpin a little deep. Locked up the tires, but got a good exit. Where can Jack Farnhart put his car? He's one of the drivers looking to chase the championship. He's into the top 5. Next up was one of the Astons. It was Yen. He goes 10th. Days is not going to improve. He's going to come into the pit lane. Avi is on a lap, but that is not Avi. That is Andre coming around to make a lap. And will he improve? Says he's up 0.4 of a second. If that were to happen, he would jump Ryan Carlson to go into third. Andre goes to second and makes it a Mercedes 1-2.
I'm keeping an eye on Insanity. He's going very, very fast. He had a purple sector 1. Keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, he did have a purple sector 1, but I'm also watching Avi. It says Avi is up 0.7 of a second on his lap. What is he going to do? As he comes to the line, he's going to improve to a 1:41.4 over a second faster, a second and a half faster than the field. Here comes Kyle North, goes second. He's still a second behind. Kiwi crosses the line. He goes into the top 5, but it's Avi on pole again, Nick.
Honestly, not shocking there, man. He's been so good all season long and just improving that streak. Kiwi did not get a time, so he's going to start 16th, it looks like.
Yeah, he invalidated in the final corner.
Just like I said, Luke. Said if you wait too long, you're going to invalidate and you're not going to be able to have that extra lap. So, yeah, exactly what happened.
So it is Avi Tyrell on pole for the 3rd straight week in his 4th race. He's looking for his 3rd ever win. He has 0.9 of a second over the field. Kyle North in 2nd. Andre Chavez 3rd. That is a double Mercedes podium starting position. Ryan Carlson 4th and Jack Farnhart rounding out the top 5. They are all still in it for the championship with 5 races remaining. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Like Nick said, it's looking a little cloudy. I don't think anyone will press A here. Most of these people are experienced, but it looks like we're going to start on dry tires here, and then we're probably going to have a switch over to inters or wets at some point during the race, which at this large track will be fun. Nick, when does it say we will probably have that switchover period?
This is very interesting, Luke. So, about lap 10, I want to say, is what it's telling me that we're going to see some rain. And we're going to see rain from lap 10 to about lap 18, and it clears up after that. So we're going to have rain in the middle part of this race, but it clears up in the beginning. We have none, and at the end it clears up, and we'll have none after. So, Luke, this could be interesting. Someone could run inters all the way to the end if they wanted to, but that's going to be a tall order to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tall order, like you said, and it's going to be chaotic, honestly. We're going to go dry, inter dry, it seems like, according to what Nick's saying. He thinks maybe somebody could run the inter through the final dry section to maybe gamble if the field is close and on top of each other. And I think if we have that many switches, we'll see a few safety cars. Nick, we still have 3 minutes, so we can go over who we think is going to win tonight, what is the strategy going to be, and over-under on safety cars. So let's start on the over-under for safety cars, over-under 2.5.
I think we're going to get the under. However, this rain is scaring me a little bit, Luke. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what the strategy here is. I think it's start medium. I don't know. Maybe I start medium.
Start medium, you can push a little bit and then switch to the enter and then save the soft for the final stint, maybe.
That's what I'm going to do. I think that is going to be Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's telling me too, um, that the softs going to the softs after is quicker. I'm gonna do that. Those watching. A good buddy of mine named Mr. J would do some sort of strategy like this. Also not racing tonight, so hopefully everything's well with him. Give him a little shout out. But yeah, Luke, like I said, this is a strategy he would pull, and he's very good at this type of weather situation. So I'm gonna do what he would do. I think this is going to be an interesting race. Maybe I can get my second win.
Yeah, could work out for you, Nick. Who is that your pick? Or are you gonna pick yourself?
Yeah, I can't pick myself, dude. I'm not gonna get a top five tonight. But looking at the grid, I mean, Avi's on a freaking just absolute Michael Jordan legacy Chicago Bulls kind of run. So, I mean, it would be wrong to go against Avi, but I'm going to take a wild guess. I am going to predict it's not Avi winning tonight. I feel like something happens to him at some point in this race, and I think Insanity is going to get the win tonight. That is my
Yeah.
pick.
Yep, I like that pick. I was going to pick Kyle North too. He is the current championship leader. He's got 12 points over Avi. Andre is 14 back, and Jack is 19 back. All four of them starting in the top 6. They're all trying to get the championship. I was going to pick Kyle North, by the way, Nick, but I don't think he is going to get the win tonight. I don't think Avi's going to get the win tonight. Give me Andre with
I like your pick.
the death alien laser pointed at.
I
Um,
want Andre Iguodala. Yes.
yeah.
All right. Well, timer should be going on any second now. We've hit the 6 after mark. Just waiting to see it go on. I'm not going to be the first one to click it, just in case. So I'll let them do it. All right, it is officially on. We are at 26 seconds. Luke, I'm going to click A finally. We're going to see what happens. Keep an eye on Kiwi, too, coming through the field here on the start. He's going to have a lot of things to overcome this race. We'll see what he can do.
All right. Well, we're gonna get it going here in Spa in Belgium for round number 6. Good luck, Nick. Good luck, everybody else. We are down into the final 10 seconds. We have a fun race in store. It's gonna go dry, wet, dry. And you guys are in for a treat tonight here from wheel to wheel as we go to the 5 red lights ahead of round number 6 at Spa. It is lights out. We are underway. Avi spins the tires a little bit, but clears off into turn number 1. Looks like Kyle's going to come at him down the inside as Avi locks the right front tire. Contact back behind them. HD in the wall, and a couple of cars spin down towards the inside. Avi is going to lead the race in front of Kyle North, in front of Andre, and in front of Ryan Carlson up and into Arouge and through Radion. They get through all pretty cleanly. Looks like maybe Kyle was making a move back there to try and get by the race leader. Here he comes, going around the outside, and Kyle North's going to take the lead from Avi as Andre looks on back behind them. Ryan Carlson tries to get up and into the picture as well. Looks like maybe the contact on the start was between HD and potentially Yen. Is that Martinez from last to 7th on the start? That is unbelievable.
Oh, HD's around.
Yeah, Hunter's crashed safety car immediately. And it's raining already. Well, Nick, already we have rain coming down. We already got the safety car. And it looks like Freddie Martinez, who started 16th, had an unbelievable start. He is up to 7th.
Yeah, very shocking that he was able to do that. That's actually really cool. And yeah, it is raining actually quite hard.
And it's a full course safety car. It is not one of the virtual safety cars. And will somebody gamble and switch on to the wets here, or the intermediates, and get the undercut when everyone else has to pit? I think this might be the opportunity potentially for somebody in the back of the pack right now, like Shout, Nick, Mason, or Clater, to maybe pit and get some track position here. If the track gets wet fast enough. Here we come. Into the pit lane comes everybody. Andre's forced to stay out. He can't double stack, but the rest of the field's coming in back behind him. Everybody. Looks like Darren Engler is going to stay out. Ben Needis is going to stay out. So is Andre, like I mentioned, so we have 3 cars that are going to stay out on these dry tires as they get up to the safety car queue, and I don't think they're in a great spot here, especially Andre, who, he didn't pit because he had to avoid the double stack. Coming out first, Kyle North on the wet weather tires. Avi's on the wet weather tires in 5th. Ryan Carlson as well in 6th. Everybody back behind them on wet weather tires. So it looks like it's going to pay out for them. Nick, what did you see on the start? It looked like Hunter hit the inside wall, checked up everybody on the inside.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Someone got clipped, and then the Haas car spun around with them. And then I slammed into the side of the Haas car, but I did not break my wing or had any damage. And I just kind of stayed still. I didn't touch the gas or brake. I wanted to make sure everyone was good before I moved. And while I did lose about 2 spots on that, I came out with no damage, so that was the main thing.
With the way that played out, you could have started on the intermediate tires and probably stayed out there if you got no damage and would have been the race leader. But
I was really thinking about that too.
I don't think anyone was anticipating it to rain this fast, though. Like you said, you thought it was going to be 10 laps in. It was raining on, not even halfway through lap 1.
Yeah, the weatherman kind of fumbled the bag there.
Oh, yeah. I'm just more impressed with Freddie Martinez. He started in 16th. I did not see how he got up to 7th, but we did 2 corners up and got up through a Rouge, and he was in 7th place. So that's pretty crazy from him.
Yeah, he went right around the outside, dude. Everyone wrecked on the bottom. There's about 3 or 4 cars that were around on the bottom, and he was able to loop right on around and pass everyone there on the outside like nothing. That's how he got through there. I have a clip of it. We can look at it after the stream, but it was really cool how he did it.
Well, the rain's coming down pretty hard now. I'm going to expect these top 3 to come in and pit for the intermediate or wet weather tires here. Somehow Downey Lane is around in the gravel right now.
Safety car coming in.
Yeah, it's not going to come in because Downey Lane lost the tail end of the pack. Andre is going to risk it. Yen is going to risk it. Days is going to come into the pit lane. I don't know about that call, Nick. They're going to be stuck on an island, and if we don't get a safety car, they're going to be in a huge, huge gap.
Well, I can do one thing for us. 20 minutes of rain.
20 minutes of rain. A wet lap around here is about, what, 2 minutes?
Just about 2 minutes.
We have 20 laps to go. We'll be getting clear of the rain with about 5 to go. The question is, will the track dry fast enough to switch on to a regular racing tire?
Yeah, that's the main concern with all these teams trying to figure out the right strategy for the race, because already it is lopsided, so anything here can happen. I don't know who's going to be preferred. Obviously, the guys on those softer compound tires are in a big disadvantage here. Right now, though, my guys on the box have said that the dry tires are the preferred tire right now, so I don't know what they're smoking. There's clearly raindrops everywhere, but like you said, Luke, I mean, it's going to be 5 to go when this rain clears, and I don't know if people are going to pit or not. I'll be one to stay out and risk it for the biscuit, but I mean, like I said, we'll see.
Yeah, and if we look at the penalties that have already been occurred, there's one penalty. It is for Ryan Downey Lane for falling too far back of the safety car queue. It is a drive-through penalty, and it says if he does not serve that, it is a 30-second penalty. I've never seen that before.
Wow.
Yeah, here you go. Look, the front 2 on 2-lap-old softs. The rest of the field on brand new intermediate tires. The safety car is going to come in this time. Will these 2 on the soft tires work a little bit? Because the track right now doesn't look terribly wet. It obviously is raining, but they're going to be in a huge disadvantage. Actually, yeah, the track looks wet through here. It looks really wet through here. The rain's really starting to come down. Nick, is the rain supposed to be heavy, or is it supposed to be just moderate rain?
This is about the most we'll see. Maybe a slightly heavier, but nothing too bad.
All right, well, you see the front two warming their tires. Go ahead, Nick.
You want to hear something funny? DRS is still on. DRS is not turned off yet.
Oh, somebody's in the wall. It was a Red Bull behind Nick's shout was in the wall. Here we go. We jump. Andre got a beautiful getaway. Caught Yen napping. Kyle North got a good start. Avi was not ready. The front two both overshoot the final corner. They're both all out of whack. Here comes Kyle North trying to cross them over. Andre heads straight into the pits, and here comes Avi trying to make a move on Kyle. They're 3 wide down the front stretch for the lead. Kyle gets by Yen, and now it looks like Avi's trying to get by him too. Yen, 3-second penalty, clips the inside wall, but Kyle North and Avi clear 1-2. Ryan Carlson's clear 3rd. Here comes Adrian Lewis. He's clear 4th. How are these wet or dry tires going to get through in Rouge? Oh, you see Yen almost losing it at the top of Radion right there. Almost lost it in front of Freddie Martinez, who switches to the outside, blows by him. Here comes Jack Barnhart as well. And Yen is off in the grass. He's just letting the field go. Kyle North leading, virtual safety car deployed. Wonder what that was deployed for. I didn't see really any contact, Nick. Did you see anything?
The only thing I saw was maybe Yen hit something. He hit a sign or something and it got onto the track. That's the only reasonable thing I can think of.
I'm going to have to agree. Another 10-second time penalty for Ryan Downey Lane for ignoring yellow flag. So he has to do a drive-through and has a 10-second. And if he doesn't serve the drive-through, he'll have 40 seconds of penalties, which I think would lead to an immediate disqualification. There's the reason for the virtual safety car. Downey Lane has no front wing. All the virtuals back in, and now it's Kyle North with his 7 career wins. Avi with his 2 career wins. They're trying to battle it out here at Spa. Avi's getting through there pretty good. Ryan Carlson, who's won, he won on debut. He hasn't won since. He's way out of whack back here. Adrian Lewis, he won once. He's in 4th. Here comes Freddie Martinez going to the inside of Adrian, and he's going to blow right on by him. He's up to 4th. He started in 16th. Great start for him so far. Freddie Martinez putting on a clinic right now. If he can get in front of the 3 cars in front of him, he might win this race by a large margin. Kyle North still leading. We have about 18 laps to go. 16 laps to go. So we just keep on waiting. Nick and Shout battling into the turn number 1. Nick's on the inside, but Shout has the run on the outside. Looks like Shout's also missing the left front end play on his wing as they go up through a Rouge. Nick has to get out of the gas. He's really loose. He slides off and into the paint, but keeps the car straight. Probably got a warning for that.
Nope, we're good.
In the pits right now, Downey Lane and Yen, they're in. They have some damage. The top 2 all over each other. They're pulling away from Ryan. Avi shows down the inside right there on Kyle. They both lose the rear almost. The rain is really picking up. These cars look like they have absolutely zero grip even on these wet tires. Nick, can you confirm?
Yep, I can confirm the car is not driving very well. It is so loose.
Yeah, and I can confirm from what I'm seeing here, Kiwi went wide right there. Might have got a warning for that. Avi looks towards the inside of Kyle right there. Does not make the move. Really, really good racing for a rain race. We normally don't see that in the rain. That's you guys didn't hear, but I was a little upset that we were getting a rain race earlier today. I don't think it's going to lead to anything. Look like Kyle ran wide there, could have got a warning. Here comes Avi. I never saw DRS get disabled. I think, is DRS still on?
I have not had it, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I don't know. It never got turned on because of the lap 1 safety car, and then we had to run 3 laps under green. So when we cross the line here, we'll get official confirmation as the top 4 break away a little bit from the 5th place car of Adrian Lewis. Kyle North fastest lap, then Avi, then Ryan, then Freddie. Freddie's going around the outside of Ryan. Ryan's going to stick it down on the inside, going to push Freddie a little wide, but Freddie up and onto the podium from last place in 3 green flag laps. Incredible. through a Rouge. Avi absolutely sending it. Kyle lost the rear a little bit. Avi's coming with a run from pole. Wants to get the lead back, but he's going to choose and sit behind Kyle.
Oh my gosh.
Purple
Man,
first
Luke,
sector.
you should be watching me and Dave's going up a Rouge, dude. I think me and Dave's were both facing the wall on the left side there. That was pretty incredible that we both saved it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. These two battling, by the way, for the lead are the two main protagonists in the championship. The way they run is the way they sit in the points. Kyle North has a 12-point advantage over Avi. Kiwi is not in the picture. Ryan Carlson is down in 6th in points. He is not really in the picture unless he starts getting really consistent. Adrian Lewis, he is also out of the picture unless he gets consistent. Jack Farnhart in 6th. He is still in it. A little tire in the grass right there for Avi. And you see Kiwi back behind Avi. Those two battled last week. Jack Farnhart, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings on track limits. Kiwi's using a lot of his energy. Avi's not using any of his. Neither is Kyle. So this is why Kiwi is a little faster right now. Oh, really deep into the corner goes Kiwi right there. Avi chooses to run a little wide to get the exit onto the front stretch, and he's coming at Kyle North. What does Freddie Martinez do if those two get to battling or come together potentially? Oh, Avi deep has to go wide to not hit the back of Kyle, and Freddie is trying everything he can to get up there, but it's not really paying off yet. We come into a Rouge, watch on from Freddie Martinez. Looks like the front two get through there well. Freddie absolutely sends it through there. You saw the 4-tire drift and slide into the entrance right there. Avi not quite close enough to make a move on Kyle again. And Nick, to be honest, the track doesn't really look like it's getting that wet. It looks like it's just staying right around this, like you said, intermediate style. It doesn't look like it's picking up much moisture.
You will be very, very wrong about that. I am all sorts of loose.
Oh, contact between Avi and Kyle. They both go wide. Avi now battles with Kiwi for second, and I don't think Kyle wanted that to go over like that. The two Brits coming together, and I think Kiwi, I don't, is Kiwi also from Britain?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Civil War at the front. We'll wait and see. It was kind of hard contact between Avi and Kyle. The front wing to rear wheel. Avi could potentially have some wing damage from that. Right front end plate wing damage. There's nothing missing, but you know, you never know. Get on board with Freddie as we watch them all snake down towards the final little kink and hairpin corner. To the outside goes Kiwi. He's getting a run. Oh, Avi goes deep, puts the bumper. You don't have a bumper to these cars, but he did bump Kyle. He's going to defend from Kiwi, and there's still 1, 2, 3 in that order. They're allowing Ryan to close back in. And it does, I did speak too soon. It looks like the rain's getting heavier, Nick.
Yeah, it really, really is getting heavier. Sector 1 and 3 are absolutely just soaked. Sector 2 is not super wet just yet, but Sector 1 and 3 are hitting, or they're getting it the hardest, so it's really hard to race right now.
Kyle North almost lost it at the top of Radion. Here comes Avi coming at him. He can make a move because Freddie is so far back there, side by side going into the corner. Who's going to lift? Outside Avi, inside Kyle. Nobody's going to give. Kyle on the inside gets the run in. Avi on the inside does not lift. They're still side by side. Oh, and a crossover right there. Avi tried. Yen got a 3-second penalty. They're side by side still. Kyle cuts him off though, and Avi falls back into second place. Great defense right there from Kyle.
I just saw some thunder, or I just saw some lightning, excuse me. We might get a thunderstorm, dude. It's
Red
starting
flag.
to pick up.
And that is the thing in this game that nobody talks about. If the rain gets too severe or if there is thunder and lightning, which is real, it could lead to a red flag. Top 3 are going at it. McLaren, Mercedes, Alpine, all of them going at it. The front two right now started on the front row. The man in third started last. All three of them have 100% ERS. Who's going to start pushing? The leader, Kyle, is not pushing. Kiwi's not on the energy. Avi's using a tiny bit to defend, but none of them are getting a run big enough to make a move as Avi runs wide right there, and Kiwi gets up into second place. That is the second lap in a row I've seen Avi run wide in that corner right there, carrying too much speed. So now it's Kyle over Freddie over Avi for the top three positions. Ryan Carlson's trying to close in to them. Now Avi's going to have to get a little aggressive on the energy up through a Rouge. You know Kiwi will too as we get up to the top of Radion and down the Kimmel Straight. Here he comes because Kyle got way wide. Here comes the man who started last place. At the end of lap 1, he was 7th. At the end of lap 9, looks like he's going to be P1 if he can get this move done. Kyle goes deep into the corner though, cuts him off. He'll have to wait again. Kiwi knows how to put it on the limit. There was a block from Kyle, moves to the inside, now moves to the outside. Don't think you can block twice. Kiwi will definitely submit that for later. Maybe he was just switching to get onto the racing line. Looks like there's a ferocious battle going on mid-pack, potentially between Edge, Mason, Days, Andre, Nick, Yen, and a couple of others back there. That's for the final 2 points, actually. Adrian Lewis, 3-second penalty. He's battling Jack Farnhart, so now they're on a level playing field, and Zach Clater is now in contention for a top 5. Contact between Kiwi and Kyle, it looked like right there. They both got up on the curb. We're going to watch from Avi if we can get a clear picture. We can't really. So here comes Kiwi. He was using the energy. He backs off of the energy and is content with staying behind them. Let's see if Avi runs wide in this corner again. Almost did. Had to get out of the gas. Here comes Kiwi looking down the inside. Maybe it will be to the lead by the end of lap number 9. He's going to cross Kyle over. Yellow flag back behind them. Looks like maybe that's Downey Lane with another issue. Oh, Kiwi being aggressive right there. Trying to fake Kyle out. Kyle's too much of a veteran to fall for a move like that. We're about halfway at the end of the next lap. We'll be halfway through the race. Here comes Freddie Martinez with a run up through a Rouge to the top of Radion. Kyle got extremely loose. Here comes Freddie with a run. Here comes Kiwi with a run. I just saw lightning, just like Nick said down the backstretch. Here comes Avi, dips a tire in the grass, looks to the inside of Freddie, does not get there. Nick, I did see the lightning down the backstretch. I just heard the thunder. What? What in the world?
Yeah, I told you I was not lying, dude.
Yeah, Kyle all out of shape right there. Freddie's trying to get the move done, but he's really struggling to get the power down. But here he goes to make a move. Yen retired in the pit lane. Won't be a safety car contact between Kiwi and Kyle right there. Kyle off the track, and Freddie Martinez started last. He is in first. Man, they're really duking it out. They need to be careful because if they let Freddie get too far out ahead, he will pull away. He will be gone. You will never see him again. And Avi knows that. Avi's trying to come at Kyle. Not close enough quite yet. He's trying to just really push Kyle through here. They're using their energy a little bit to keep up with Kiwi. We still have a yellow flag. That's for Mason's car coming out and stopping at the entrance of a Rouge. Avi's trying to go around Kyle. That's not going to work. They're going to lose time from this battle. Or it will work. Oh, no, it won't because Kyle, he lagged right there. I thought Avi cleared. He did not. They battle going into turn number 1. Kyle on the apex, but Avi's going to have the run off the corner, and Avi's going to pass Kyle and get up to second. Avi has the most energy of anybody in the top 3, so he's going to push to try and catch Freddie as we go into a Rouge again. At the end of this lap, we are officially halfway done. Freddie Martinez has a lead of 1.1 seconds. I'm looking at the all-time wins list to see if and where Kiwi sets. Kiwi has 7 wins. He is second. He is tied second all-time. If he were to win tonight...
Oh, no. Sorry. Continue.
If Kiwi were to win tonight, he would break a tie with Zig, the Season 3 champion, and would move into second all by himself with 8, only 6 behind Clean. I say only 6 behind Clean, but Clean has the most wins in this league by double. Kiwi has 7, Clean has 14. I'm not going to count out Avi because he is tracking down Freddie right now, closing in on him a little bit. Both of them are using their energy to try and level each other out. Kyle North saving his energy, falling back a little bit. Closest battle on track is Days and Mason. 6/10 between them. And now we are officially halfway. And Nick said the rain should clear up, but it took the track so long to get the water on it, it's probably going to take even longer for it to dry. Up to Rouge again. Avi gets through there with, it looked like a lot of grip, to be honest. Looked like Freddie did not get through there great, but he's gaining time through there. You saw it right there. The McLaren of Ryan dipped his right side tires into the grass. That'd be something to look at later. Avi right there, way up on the curb. Got to be careful for the track limits. Don't know if he is on any warnings or if he's using up his warnings to close in. Which is a strategy, right, Nick? You could, if you save those warnings, you could use them up to close.
Yeah, that is true. That's a strategy that people don't really realize, but it's something that we've seen before.
Yeah, I kind of just thought about it as I was watching. He extended a couple of corners right there, probably got his 2 warnings to close back in. He's now only 7/10 behind Freddie, so could work out.
Expect pit road to be busy in the next lap.
You think they're going to put on new inters?
No, I mean a new dry. The dry line is forming.
And when is the rain supposed to let up?
In about 5 minutes.
Wow, so yeah, it's going to be crazy to see how this is all going to pan out here, switching from wet to dry to, well, we started on dry for 1 lap. We didn't do a single green flag lap on dry tires, though.
I'm going to be pitting this time. I'm going to put some hards on.
Nick's going to roll the dice. He has nothing to lose. He's 10 seconds behind 12th place. He'll come out ahead of Downey Lane on a clear track. Look at that, Nick. I told you he was pushing the limits. Avi sets the fastest lap of the race while he chases down the leader. He's closing in. Up to Rouge again. We had the 1 safety car. Nick said under 2. I also said under 2. 1 more would be right at 2.
Now, does anyone roll the dice and pit this early? I'm going to roll it, but is anyone going to join?
Well, it does look like the rain is letting up, and like you said, there is definitely a dry lane forming here. Avi's given everything into these intermediate tires. He wants to catch Freddie. Who knows if he'll get to him? I mean, he closed the ton. He is right on his gearbox now. You can see Freddie is harvesting the energy. He is on about 90%. Avi back behind him has all of his energy. They have pulled away from Kyle. They've left him in the dust. Oh, and Kiwi ran wide right there. Got to be careful to not get the penalties. That's the second, maybe third time I've seen him do that, and he has not gotten a penalty, so he's got to be close. So we come into the third sector right here. Avi's all over him. Who is going to roll the dice first? Purple middle sector for Avi. Oh my goodness, Freddie almost lost the car right there. Got extremely loose. Great save. Avi is now all over him. How did he not overcorrect the car right there? That was ridiculous. Into the final corner. There's no rain falling, and there is no more rain falling on the track in the final sector. Did Nick play a big brain strategy, switching to the hards quick? There is no rain falling on the front stretch. No rain in turn 1. No rain in the final corner. Drivers are coming into the pits. Jack Farnhart now rolls the dice. He does have that penalty, though, so he's going to try. DRS will probably turn on because the rain has stopped. The track is drying. Avi sends it into a Rouge right there, almost loses it. Here comes Avi with a run. The pole sitter looking for the man who's trying to equal second place all time and wins. Here comes Avi side by side with Kiwi. They bang wheels. They bang wheels again. Not too happy with each other, still side by side. Kiwi on the inside gets loose. Avi on the outside is going to take the lead. Oh, Kiwi drives it in there, almost loses it. Gives it everything to keep up with Avi. He's still with him. No rain around the entire circuit. So we're going to be switching on to those regular tires, and Nick played the ultimate big brain strategy if it works out. Nick knew the track was drying up. Nick, it looks pretty dry to me.
Yeah, the car is sliding really bad, though, in some corner. So I got to be very careful. It is almost dry, though. I would say in another lap or two, the track's going to be fully dry here. Everyone should be pitting 4 tires of dry stuff, and they're going to battle to the end.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Freddie Martinez getting all out of shape, trying to get the power down right there. He just cannot do it as Avi's pulling away a little bit. Freddie's struggling a little bit to catch back up to him. Both of them are very low on ERS. Pits are open. I am going to expect Freddie to come in here. He's got to try something to try and undercut Avi unless Avi pits. Freddie's coming in. Called the shot perfectly right there, Nick.
Yep, it's time to go. Track feels really dry now.
And on top of that, Kyle North stays out. Ryan Carlson comes in. So the even-numbered cars pit. The odd-numbered cars stay out. Avi has to give it everything on this lap because the track does look extremely dry. This could work out really well for Freddie Martinez if it's done properly. He's just now... Oh, and he crossed the line coming out of the pits. He got a 3-second penalty. Kiwi crossed the white line coming out of the pits, and he got a 3-second penalty for it.
Wow.
Wow, so now he's 3 seconds in the hole. Avi has this really all written on a platter for him. If he doesn't make a mistake here, he'll get a free pit stop. He can come out behind Freddie Martinez and still win this race. And since Avi's joined the league, he's been on a remarkable run if you really, really look at it. He's won 2 in a row. This is his 4th race. His first ever race in the league, he had an opportunity to win that race as well. He got the fastest lap. He finished 4th after getting contact on the last lap from the lead. He won Spain. He won Canada. Is he going to win Spa? That'll be the holy trinity of 3 tracks to win right there. 3 in a row. And then we go to his home track, Britain, next week, which he probably knows like the back of his hand. He's staying out, Nick. Avi's staying out again. Why would he stay out?
Well, it depends. How far is Kiwi behind him?
He is 8, 9, 10. He is 21 seconds behind him.
Well, you can technically run the inters to the end. But do you think it can hold on to that 21-second lead for another, what is it, 7 laps or so?
I mean, yes, and the only reason I think so is because Freddie has that 3-second penalty.
Well, there you go. That is what he's doing. He's probably not going to pit.
Andre comes into the pits. His race got ruined by that early safety car. They couldn't double stack the Mercedes. He's going to get not a great finish tonight after having a good start to the season. A win, a 3rd place, a 4th place, and a 5th place. Yeah, Avi's looking for his 3rd. Kyle's looking for his 6th. And Kiwi's looking for his 7th. So the dominant drivers really showing out here, showing why they have the talent to win all those races, especially in a situation like we've seen here in the rain and the dry today at one of the trickiest tracks. You want to know something interesting? Freddie switched onto those soft tires, and he's losing time, Nick. He's lost about 2 seconds to Avi.
Like I said, the track is not fully dry yet. DRS is still not on, I believe. So he's probably waiting for maybe DRS to come on.
And now he's 24.5 seconds behind. Avi's just going to try and stay out here and win on the intermediate tire, even if the track dries out. You were right, Nick. You called that. That's probably what he's going to do here. But you can tell when it switches over. There's a lap car right in front of the leader. That's Mason. He gets out of the way. And you can tell when the track switches over, when it will become fully dry, because you'll see Kiwi and Ryan start to make up heaps of time all at once. And if this could work out for Avi, it would be pretty calm compared to what happened last week in Canada. We've talked to Avi really every single time he's raced this season. All 4 times we've talked to him. He's done a great job.
Done a very good job. A lot better than what I've done. I haven't even scored a point yet this year.
Hey, you might change that. A late safety car here, you never know. A late safety
I'm gonna
car.
have to hope and pray.
Yeah, if a safety car were to come out now or anytime soon, it would absolutely flip this race on its head. It would be absolutely insane. The top 2 would get a free pit stop, but all the penalties in the mid-pack would flip things. Drivers like Clater would get... Oh, and Andre looks like maybe he's made a mistake. Yeah, he has. He's lost time coming in through a Rouge. Did a little half spin. I was going to say drivers like Clater. Clater would be en route for a podium if there is some type of safety car that comes out of this, because every car in front of him has penalties, and that is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Wow.
So Kiwi closed a 2nd this lap. We have about, 6 laps to go? He needs to close 2 seconds per lap at this point to even get there on the last lap.
I think he can do it. DRS should be out.
Avi pit.
Now.
Avi is in the pits. He put on soft tires. Kyle North is in the lead. He has cycled to the front.
Oh, I wonder who I picked to win.
Yeah, I wonder. So Avi's going to cycle out in front of Freddie Martinez very easily right here. He's already in a Rouge. Freddie's just now passing pit exit. Will they catch Kyle North? They have 6.3 seconds to make up in 5 laps. Nick, can he do it?
I think it's very possible. I think he can do it. He's one of the best to ever do it in our league, and he's a rookie, so anything's possible with this guy here.
Mason gets out of the way of the leader. Oh, yep. And there it is right there. Kyle, the track is dry. You can see it. He just absolutely almost binned it going into the 2nd sector right there. He is losing so much time. Avi gained a 1.5 seconds in 2 corners right there. Mason goes way off the track just to let the leaders go through. Another 3-second time penalty for Freddie Martinez. He's up to 6. Avi is catching Kyle at a rate that is not good for Kyle. He's now 1.6 seconds behind him.
Oh, and turn on the Jaws music. Dun, 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 dun. He's coming, dude. It's not a matter of how many laps. It's probably going to get him on this lap, dude. It's very, very close now.
DRS enabled, too, so that means it is dry, and Kyle's probably going to pit. Yep, there goes Kyle into the pit lane. First time DRS has been on today, and we're not going to see it used anywhere near the lead because Avi's going to have a large advantage here, about 8 seconds over the next closest car. Even though Kiwi set the fastest lap of the race, he still has 6 seconds in penalties. Avi up and into Arouge. We got 5 to go. Days gets 3 seconds. So it really is adding up for everybody. And if we really want to see something crazy, you would be right now hoping for a safety car, because this race really would flip upside down with a safety car. The 6-second penalty for Kiwi, he would be taken out of it. And like I said, Clater would be brought into podium contention. So would Shout, and so would Andre. They would all come back into it. Kyle North would battle Avi for the win. Both of them have no penalties. They're both on new tires. Nick's trying to get points, so he's hoping for that safety car. Mason is all over the track, so maybe he'll be the safety cars. Jack gets by Ryan at the end of the Kemmel Straight. He's up to 4th. They're battling with their 3 seconds worth of penalties. See Downey Lane making a run on the Mercedes of Andre. Yellow in the second sector. Looks like Mason's around. Yes, Mason is around off in the grass, but no damage. Kyle North, 3-second penalty. Penalties are now adding up as drivers start to push to the limit. But Avi's just been ridiculous this race, and ridiculous the past couple of races, and this Mercedes has been pretty unstoppable. It's been impressive to see what he could do, and as we're talking about him, there's the fastest lap of the race, a 1:49.9. Every single race he's raced in this league, by the way, he's gotten the fastest lap. How about that for a stat? We have 3 laps to go for Avi. Too late for a safety car now. See Kiwi coming through a Rouge. Too far back to make anything happen. Nobody on track is close enough to get DRS from anybody. They're all spread out. The closest on-track battle is that lap car. Downey Lane, and I think in front of him is Nick. Edge gets a 3-second time penalty. That's Edge in front of him. It's just working out so good for Avi. Played a good strategy, waited long, forced the others into mistakes. Now he just can cruise. He doesn't even have to push. He's got the fastest lap. It's got a 13, 14 second lead. And he's set a purple middle sector. So if that tells you about the type of racer he is, he's just not going to cruise. He's trying to improve that lap again. He'll probably go faster here again. Nick gets another 3 seconds, and he's around in the final corner. Kyle North, another 3-second penalty. He's back up to 6 as well. Avi comes around, 2 to go. Fastest lap of the race by 3 seconds over his last lap. Absolutely ridiculous. There's a 10-second gap between each car in the top 4. Literally exactly 10 seconds between Avi and Freddie. Exactly 10 seconds between Freddie and Ryan. And then exactly 10 seconds between Ryan and Jack. Avi through a Rouge the penultimate time. Yellow in the 3rd sector. Looks like Mason around again. He's really just struggling right now. Oh, off in the gravel right there. Is that Edge maybe? Yeah, Edge off in the gravel right there. Too late for a safety car. We could get a red, but that would require 2 or 3 cars DNFing all at once. Avi's just been untouchable really in this race. In the rain, they had a great battle. Him, Freddie, and Kyle, they all had a great battle through the rain. Switched to the dry. That's when penalties started coming towards the top 3 drivers, and they just could not capitalize on Avi's pace on those intermediate tires when the track was drying out. And Avi has a 16.5 second lead over Kiwi right now, if you include the penalties. Yellow in the first sector. Looks like Mason again. Nothing to worry about right there. Around the final corner, Avi, a little loose right there. Got to be a little weary. He's going to come around. He's going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go from Spa. This race is special. It's not a crown jewel in this league, but in real life it is. It's one of the races you want to win. It's one of the special races. It's so iconic. And he's looking to add this to his resume. He's looking to do 3 in a row and go 3 for 4 in his career. That'll be absolutely crazy. Comes into the second sector. Most technical sector on the calendar. Avi's up 0.3 of a second in the first sector on his personal best lap. So he is not going to lift. He has nothing to lose at this point with his 18-second lead. This is the biggest margin of victory, by the way, if it holds, since NASCAR Boy here at Spa won by 34 seconds. Remember that, Nick? I think Nick does remember that. He's just getting out of the way of the leader right there. Avi's coming into the final sector right here. Purple middle sector. He's up 0.8 of a second on his personal best lap. So he is going to secure the fastest lap point as well on top of this win. But his start to his wheel-to-wheel career has been unbelievable so far. He's done 4 races, this being the 4th one. He's going to go out winning 3 of them. He won Spain. He's going to win here in Spa. He's going to put his name in the history book. 3 in a row for Avi. Fastest lap on the last lap. Great for him. Here comes around the final corner. It's going to be Kiwi picking up second place. Not a great second half of the race for him after starting last. Kyle North is going to keep his perfect podium streak up. He is going to finish 3rd. Jack Farnhart is going to finish 4th. It's like Kang 5th. Actually, it might be Clater 5th if he gets on with it here. See when they cross the line, because they got a lot of penalties in front of him. Jack crosses the line. He's got 4th confirmed. Zach Clater crosses the line, and he does get 5th place. He jumps in front of Adrian Lewis and Ryan Carlson. Shout gets 8th, Andre 9th. Looks like Edge is going to get the final point here. Good for Edge, Nick. This will be his first ever point.
Way to go, Edge. That was a nice little race for him. Smaller field, but still a decent amount of drivers here. Gets it done. Nice job, Edge. Welcome to Wheel to Wheel. Got first point. Nice job.
Days gets 11th. Nick gets 12th. Mason's going to get 13th. Maybe. He's actually going to get 14th. Downey Lane is going to get 13th. What an interesting race, the way it all played out. See Avi once again, 3 races in a row on the top step of the podium. He's just unstoppable. They can't get to him. They've tried everything. But yeah, the biggest margin of victory since NASCAR Boy won his race here at Spa in Light Year, when this league used to be called Light Year. That's a pretty crazy stat, right, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there's your top 3. The 3 fastest guys in the league finished 1, 2, 3. Probably in the order of their pace as well. You see some drivers like Hunter who had a terrible race. Qualified 7th, crashed on the first lap. 16th for him. Zach Clater gets 5th. 10 points picked up for the Aston Martin team. His teammate didn't score any today. Yen DNF'd. Alpine picking up good points with Kiwi for 2nd. Nick finishing 12th. That'll move them up the grid. The Mercedes for Avi, though, just ridiculous with the pace he has. We'll get him in here. We'll get Kyle in here. We'll get INF. Hello. You're getting an interview today. All right, well, they're all here. Nick, who do you want to get?
You know what? I'm gonna let you get all three tonight because I am working on homework as we speak. That is due in about 5 minutes, and I have not. I need to do it. I have to do it like right now.
Good
So
luck, sir.
I don't know. I still gotta write another paragraph, and I'm just spam writing it right now. So go ahead, Luke. Take it away.
All right, I'm going to start with our 4th place finisher because unfortunately our 2nd place finisher, Kiwi, can't get in here. INF, Jack, you finished 4th. You're still in the hunt for the championship. You're still in the picture, looking for that 3rd ever championship. But today's race was really interesting. It said it was going to be dry till about lap 10. It actually rained on lap 1, and then it flipped the strategy completely. We went dry, wet, dry. How did you have to manage that?
Yeah, this isn't exactly a strategy that, or at least a race scenario that I've had to deal with very much, if not often. I was not anticipating the lap one rain. I think that kind of took a lot of people by surprise. Thankfully, I think there was a brief scare with some drivers that may have stayed out on dries, but all but one, they all came in. But um, the one thing I definitely was not anticipating was that transitional period where I thought that the track was dry, and I think I was one of, if not the first people to pit onto slicks, but that was a very rough choice. It was still very wet, and it took a long time for the track to actually get back to like dry conditions. It took maybe like 8 laps, maybe, to get it back to where it needed to be. Um, but otherwise, I felt like this race was kind of won by strategy, just playing your tires right, being able to manage in the changing conditions, and it's a very unpredictable race to call like strategically. So I'm very fortunate to be able to capture the P4 here.
Yeah, well, congratulations. And as we head into the final stretch of the season, the 4 races remaining, what do you see for yourself with the upcoming racetracks?
Yeah, I like the tracks that are coming up. They're all tracks. I wouldn't say that I feel like I have a set chance of winning. Probably at least like top 5 maybe. But like I like all the tracks. I think they're very fun, and I think this group of people is going to be very competitive final 4 races to end off this season.
Oh, yeah, well, congratulations on your P4 finish, and I think we'll see you up here more often to finish out this season.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. We're going to move on to our 2nd place finisher, Mr. Kyle, or our 3rd place finisher, Kyle North. You and Avi are going to be really close on points now. With his 3 wins in a row, you are now pretty much under fire for that championship lead. And with the 4 races remaining, how are you going to defend? What is the pressure like in your head?
Um, Not really any pressure to be honest. I mean, it's no secret that I've made that my game. And to be honest, I'm missing the last race of the season anyway. Already on the back foot. But yeah, no real pressure. I think this season, on I can't wait
Yeah, well,
to get on a proper focus.
yeah, you kind of cut out there. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, but Yeah, I think you obviously had a really good race. Looked like it was really intense battle up there between you and Avi. Looked like you guys were all having fun as well with Freddie. Looked a really fun race out there. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you if you enjoyed it. You obviously enjoyed it. But yeah, when you look forward to the races coming up, which track are you looking at specifically, or do you think they all suit you? You think you're fast everywhere?
I say this every week. I don't know to drive the track. But the one that I have the best. Extreme.
All right. Well, congratulations on your podium finish. You're shaping up to have a great championship battle here to end the season, and we'll see you up here more often, I'm sure of it.
Cheers, thank you. Have a good evening.
Yep, you too. We're going to move on to our race winner. 3 in a row, Mr. 75% win rates. Avi, you get it done at Spa. You absolutely turned the Jets on there at the final part of the race. Had no worries, and I'm talking to you again for the 3rd straight week.
Hello. How you doing?
Great.
Yeah, it was a fun race. The rain came a lot earlier than I thought it would. I think I caught a couple drivers off guard for sure. And yeah, I want to say a big GG to Carl and to Martinez as well. That was really fun battling. His defense was very good. Losing the lead on lap one clearly cost me because I could not get past him, and I was glad that Kiwi kind of broke that wall. So finally I can get through. But yeah, really well driven by both of them. I think a big part of the gap really just came down to strategy more than pace, I will say. I noticed Kiwi went in really early. I was asking Mark the whole way through the weather and what he thought was quickest. I was checking my tires for overheating, and the whole way through I was still gapping him. So I was thinking, is it really still wet? Stayed out, stayed out, stayed out, and I think I got it pretty spot on. I was pretty happy when I pit, and from there it was just finish to the line. So yeah, happy, good race.
Yeah, and I thought, because last week you said you were excited for Spa. I think you said it was one of your better
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah.
And obviously it worked out really well for you. I'm going to ask you the same question, though, that I asked them. When we go into the final 4 races here to end the season, you are now as close as you can really be to the championship battle with Kyle. Which one of the tracks are you looking at specifically? Next week is, I think, your home race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Um, well, look, if I was to pick of the four, I would say Silverstone. It would be good. Of all the track to win, would be my home race would be a good one to take a victory on. I'm pretty confident there. But my mentality going into the races is the same. The best you can. Make sure we're prepared and hopefully we can bring a championship home.
Yeah, and just so you know, the record in this league for the most wins in a row is 6. It was done a couple of seasons ago,
Oh,
so you're closing in on that a little bit. No pressure, but yeah.
I can't. I think with the pace in the wet that Carl and Freddie had today, I can absolutely not say by any means that's guaranteed. The pressure was on today.
Yeah, well, I just want to say congratulations to you on the win. I think you'll probably be up here,
Thank you very much.
obviously, once again next week. And yeah, thanks for putting in the effort. I know it's very late where you are, so yeah,
Yeah, it is.
congratulations.
Thank you very much. I will say while I'm here as well, thank you to Will to Will Racing as well. I've actually really enjoyed my time here. I think you got a great community with you, so it's nice to be a part of it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you for the kind words. I'm going to leave the floor open. I don't know if Nick is still here. If any of you guys want to have some
Yeah, I'm
chat,
here.
banter amongst each other, get it on the stream, you can go for it. If you want to give any shout outs, Nick, any final thoughts?
Well, before I let Avi give a shout out or whatever, I do have to ask INF the most important question of the
Oh,
day, if he's still here.
I had a plate from Panda Express. I just
Hey,
very
me
wait.
too.
Okay, I got a very basic plate. I just got orange chicken and
Yep,
chow mein.
that's what I ate too. That's exactly what I had for
Oh
dinner
my
tonight as well.
gosh.
Let's go. I have leftovers. I'm bringing it to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
Let's go,
I
INF.
actually have I got a side of Beijing beef, so I got that too on the side. So I'll
Fuck
probably
yeah.
get that a little bit maybe for like lunch tomorrow.
There you go. INF and SP officially is taking 50. INF, what have you had for dinners to get the same meal as me? We have done it. It has
What are the
happened.
chances?
Stat of the day, INF. There you go.
Why
Other than that, I do want to ask Avi. So we only have a couple more races left in the year, Avi. And as of now, I believe you are the championship leader. So what's it going to take for you to hang on to that lead and maybe become the new champion here in Wheel to Wheel?
I'm hoping not too many more wet races because it seems like I've got the pressure on me for wet races. But I mean, you as a commentator, I'm sure you'd be hoping for that because it was getting pretty tight up there.
Yeah, we were crying. We wanted a safety car. We were so sad. I almost wanted to bin it into the last corner and take flight and absolutely flip into the pit road, but I've learned my lesson and I can't do that anymore. There's someone in here that is watching me very closely, and his name rhymes with hack.
Oh,
As
you're gonna let him talk about you like
I
that?
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like VFL hack, like Chris Hackney from UTLR.
I will say to anyone who's watching, SP was very nice when he let me through at the end.
Oh, I
He
wanted
did
to
not.
hold you up. I really wanted to. I was like, I want a photo finish with you. I was trying to learn your lines, but you're way too fast, dude. My fucking car was so toast at the end.
But yeah, no, he was very polite. He didn't try and take me out or anything. It was good.
Wait till next week when I absolutely missed one of the corners.
How many points do you get for finishing third? Is it 18 or 16?
Is it
15?
do you run normal F1 points? Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be 15 for third.
So Avi is behind Kyle by 3 points.
Oh, so our home race is where it's gonna come down to. I like the
Yeah.
sound of that.
Yep. Ooh, a lot of fun tracks.
Well, I'm missing Austria, so that's nice.
I'm also missing Austria.
Well, me and Luke are gonna be
yeah,
in
you're both
Charlotte.
at the 600.
I'm not
yeah.
here
But,
for Brazil.
yeah, that is also
Oh,
something to
no.
note there.
Kyle said he's not here for Brazil.
I'm slightly concerned for this championship. I don't know if I can make Mexico or Brazil, so we're gonna need
Oh
to build
my
a gap
god.
there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And the Mickiest mouse champion of all time can make every race, so make it that what you will. Jesus Christ. Not again! Not again! No,
3 career wins
Get-
and 3 total championships.
could you imagine, bro? Could you actually imagine?
Dude, Avi's already got more points and more wins than me in here in Wheel to Wheel. And he's been here, what, a month?
Well, we'll just wait. New game, new season. SP for the championship.
I
Thank
just
you.
want
Bye-bye.
Round 4 to be
I
over.
got one
Balance.
win, and I got absolutely nothing else than my stat. I have 1 podium and 1 win. They all came at the same time.
Champion of next season hasn't even scored a point this season. Gasp!
Dude.
I'm moved.
Hell yeah.
Oh, something to note that might be interesting in the coming weeks is that a certain someone's suspension is now up
Mm-hmm.
and is now going to be welcomed back onto the racing track next
Is
week.
it start? Oh, he's back already?
Who's
Yeah,
this?
he
NMG dirty.
NMG clean. Oh my gosh, NMG,
NMG
clean.
moderate.
Or Jaden Browder. His suspension is up.
He's really
And,
good.
Yeah, he's like your pace.
He is
Avi.
the
He might-
league's all-time leader in podiums, poles, and wins,
And fastest laps.
and fastest laps. I guess. Yeah.
And you missed one.
What? If you say points, you're wrong.
No, what do you call it? It's rigging the race.
Oh yeah.
He-
So
he's-
longest suspension served, I guess, or I guess technically, I think I could say most weeks of suspension served because
I've had the
People
most
that have got-
suspensions.
I think you may have the most suspensions, but in terms of like actual length of suspensions, I think Clean has the longest period of being suspended.
I had
in, like,
3,
one
he
time.
had 4.
Yeah, Or I think, yeah, 4 is the most weeks of being suspended ever, I think.
Avi came in the week after he got suspended, right? So he never raced to them.
My
I
first
think
race
so.
was Miami.
He came in when I officially came back from my suspension.
Wow. Well,
Wait. INF. I was
What?
suspended 4 races. I was suspended the last 2 preseason races and the first 2 regular season races.
you were suspended 1 preseason race because there was only 2. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, huh?
No.
Oh. Well.
Anyway, let's get out
Oh.
of here. Any shout outs or final thoughts before we get out of here?
Bro, I didn't even know you were live. Shout out to what do you call it? Shout out to Grandma. And happy Mother's Day to all the people that celebrate. There you go.
Sponsored by
To
Mother's
all the
Polish.
people
Not
that
really.
celebrate, like, who's not celebrating this, bro? You don't hey, don't answer that question.
You know
Do
what? I
not
can
an-
give you a really
don't
good
an-
answer for that.
No,
one, but I
do
won't.
not. How about you don't? And we like say goodbye to our wonderful viewers, bro.
All right, viewers.
10
goodbye.
podiums out of 10 smiling face with sunglasses.
Yes, sir. Mm.
I'll make sure
Yeah,
that's
well.
11.
All right, well, with that, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Wheel to Wheel Racing League on the Esports Racing Network. Unfortunately, we are out of NASCAR until the servers get back up, so we don't know when we'll see you again for that.
Hey, if you guys want to see a really good race, tune into my onboard for Talladega this week for Wheel to Wheels iRacing League. I will be running the 42 Me car. Tune into my onboard on that, and there'll be a stream up on Peacemaker's YouTube channel. And go check that out. So that'll be our NASCAR, Luke.
Okay.
You're wrong.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Okay, and then you guys can tune in next Friday for Silverstone. 2 of our podium finishers here tonight are racing. That race is their home race, and they're both in it for the championship, so we're in for a treat. Congratulations to our podium finishers tonight and our race winner, Avi, who wins 3 in a row. And once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you next week. Good night.